This video might come off a little bit entitled. And the reason I say that is because I do not really understand what the point of Xbox buying Activision was if they're not going to go hard and actually do some interesting things with the merger. When it happened, I was excited about the potential savings I could be seeing by having access to all the new Activision games on Xbox Game Pass, or just see how Microsoft would shake things up, and the potential for old games to make their way onto the service. That was cool. Or see some kind of revitalization of interest in Xbox services. That was intriguing. But now that we're headed into year 2 since closure, I gotta ask Microsoft directly, what exactly was the point of buying this company if you're not gonna do jack squat with it? To be fair, today Xbox gamers on any platform have seen little to no benefit from this merger, except for the fact that Diablo 4 came to Game Pass, as well as one bad Call of Duty and one really good Call of Duty. We got Spyro, we got Crash. Recently, StarCraft 1 and 2 also made their way onto the service, but there's little to no promotion or fanfare. And yeah, they announced the Tony Hawk game, but let's be honest, that was probably already in the works. It's good, but the potential has been completely wasted by Xbox, in my opinion. There is so much more they could be doing. What's with the piecemeal service? Are you really making so much bank on Prototype 1 and 2, which I still have my original disc copy of, and the original Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare from 2007, and Singularity, that you couldn't even imagine making some sort of big announcement about rolling out the amazing Activision library in some fashion on your service? Let's pop in my Prototype disc and see what happens when I put it in the console, shall we? Okay, so we're putting it in. This is my official disc for Prototype on the Xbox. Let's see what it says. Take your time. Here we go. Sorry, this game isn't playable here. You're telling me you published this game. You are currently selling it for $9, regularly $20, and you can't even make it backwards compatible on the console. Are you really making that much money from the game? You're telling me that you're making so much bank on your library, like Call of Duty World at War, that it makes more sense to keep it behind a $20 price tag than do literally anything else with it? Roll out a small bundle of classic Call of Duty games on Game Pass for a month and see what happens. You're really making that much money on games from 2007 that you'll just do nothing? They're all on Xbox. You're telling me people are lining up to get the 2007 Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, which you have listed for some ridiculous amount of money? Activision has an amazing library of games, and I think Xbox has completely screwed the pooch when it comes to utilizing this purchase to get people excited about anything they're doing with the Activision brand. World of Warcraft is another franchise. Let's talk about it. You've done nothing with it. There's no Xbox incentive to playing it. It's clear the dream of including it on Xbox Game Pass or bringing it to console isn't going to happen, even though it has native controller support and it would bolster what has largely been a flat growth community for the last 5 years. World of Warcraft coming to Game Pass, or if that's too much, maybe just adding a special mount or something for players, could actually garner new player interest for a game that is very new player friendly right now. I know, because even I played the last expansion. It's accessible, so do something with it. What is happening? Bring it to PS5, I don't care. Bring it to the Xbox consoles. Put it on a fridge. How can Path of Exile 2 come along and support everything, but you still insist on keeping World of Warcraft locked onto the PC behind a subscription? It doesn't make sense. Hell, even StarCraft made it to the Nintendo 64 at some point. You know what? Just put it on Game Pass for a month. Hey, if you have Game Pass, we'll give you 1 month of World of Warcraft. See what happens. And while you're watching me do that, consider hitting that subscribe button, hitting that bell to know when my content goes live. I get a little bit closer to getting over my cold for every subscriber. And don't get me started about the Legacy library. I popped in my physical copy of the original Prototype here live, and guess what? It's not on the backwards compatible list. But guess what? I can still buy it at the store for $9.89 because it was on sale for a few days, regularly $20. Oh, sorry, I had to do a pickup here. $30. Singularity is another gem. developed by Raven Software and published by Activision. You own both these companies. This game holds a fond place in many of our hearts, and yet I can't even buy it on the Xbox Series X. You own it. Can you not at the very least put it on the backwards compatible catalog? Or do you need to call the lawyers you employ at Raven and then have a conference call with the lawyers you employ at Activision so they can talk to the lawyers you employ at Xbox to see if you can publish the game you now are the owner of on your own platform? Oh, my mistake. You don't have this on Xbox at all, but you have it. You have this 2010 classic for sale exclusively on the Microsoft Store and Steam for $29.99. I'm sure the 16 people playing and the $24,000 you've made on Steam, well, that's the revenue number over 13.8 years. That probably really pushed the envelope. Look, all I'm saying is this is an easy win and you're squandering it. So is Prototype, which had a whopping 92 peak players today, which represents about $1,840 in revenue. You have an opportunity to do interesting things whenever you want with the Activision franchises, and you're doing nothing. I don't understand how you can spend $70 billion on buying this company and then squander the plethora of opportunities you have with these beloved games and franchises. It feels like you've had this limp-wristed approach to putting games on Game Pass or making any sort of big announcement about titles that are being included. Off the top of my head, I can remember the Diablo 4 announcement like it was yesterday. That was a big deal. But StarCraft? Little to no fanfare there. I don't care if you hate all my ideas. You're smart people. Come up with something. Doing a social media post about StarCraft coming into the service isn't cutting it. What is the holdup here? Make some moves already. Based on how you're doing, it sure seems like you got nothing to lose.
You know, the acquisition of Activision Blizzard changed things, I think, I know at Microsoft.
Go for it. Do something. Do anything. Because if your whole approach was this limp-wristed attempt to get gamers interested by putting a game here or there on Game Pass with little to no promotion, then I don't know what the heck your game plan is. And I certainly don't know what the hell the point was in acquiring the company. Because all I've seen to date is console sales decline and fewer incentives to be an Xbox fan, as you have been very clear that you're porting everything to PlayStation anyway.
We are finding that our games shipping on multiple platforms is a good thing for Xbox.
Take the first 5 Call of Duty games, put them on Game Pass for a month, see what happens. Incentivize people to play World of Warcraft for just fun. Give them a free month. You got nothing to lose. And you said this is about mobile. What happened in the mobile space? Nothing. What is happening? Look, I don't get what the game plan is. Maybe the commenters will see it more than I do, but I certainly think there are a plethora of opportunities here, a plethora of great promotion opportunities too, and they really just haven't hit the nail on the head on this one. I'm sick. I'm getting over a cold, but let me know what you think. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell if you like this content. Thank you so much for watching. Every subscriber makes me get 2% better, and I'm almost there. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to the members for supporting this channel. I do appreciate it. A big thank you to Christopher, Eddie, Intermachine, Philaroni, Savage, Spingetter, and the Scarecrow 121. You can support via Patreon, or you can support by simply becoming a member or watching this video, hitting that like button, all that good stuff. Check out my previous video, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye for now, everybody.